my name is Zoe and I am the Tipsy Psychic, and today we're going to do a compatibility video. The compatibility between an Aquarius Pisces Cusp and a Leo Virgo Cusp. You both are very guarded against the rest of the world. You both are very private and have a tendency to keep to yourselves. You may carry a lot of anger even if you don't show it. You can't let it take over in your relationships. No matter how upset you feel at times, that anger of yours is never to be on display. Don't let it get out of hand. I advise that you find a healthy outlet to help release it so that it doesn't wreak havoc in your love life. A Leo Virgo Cusp would be intrigued by you. How could they not, right? A Leo Virgo Cusp would be an exhilarating lover for you. All you both want is just to hide away from the rest of the world and to bask in each other's peace and quiet. Having your sanctuary is important for this relationship. You need a place just for you both, you know? Even if you don't live together, whether that's just a cozy cafe or an alcove on the beach if you live near the beach, or a secluded area in the park, maybe a nice bench that you both like to say, like, this is our bench and this is something you kind of go back to quite often. Could be the stairwell in your school. You both just want to be alone, away from the chaos around you. At first, you put up with some discomfort to put yourself out there and meet them halfway. However, as time goes on, you may have trouble putting up with those. You set strong boundaries, and you may feel like you have difficulty tolerating things in this relationship. Be really careful of being narrow-minded. You need to be able to compromise with your Leo Virgo Cusp. You must avoid being too unforgiving of them. You want to figure your Leo Virgo Cusp out, and that might feel really flattering to a Leo Virgo Cusp at first, but it may annoy them after a while. Be wary of taking it too far. A Leo Virgo Cusp would be charmed by how much you care about everything. They admire your philosophies. They like your thought process. You don't really keep secrets, you just don't let your walls down for anyone. You're very guarded, and not even your Leo Virgo Cusp can really break down those walls. It's important to defend your honor, but you don't have to throw a fit or get into a dramatic fight to do it. Don't let your Leo Virgo Cusp undermine you. Tell them how you feel if they've said something that's bothered you, but don't take it too far. You need to communicate clearly for this to stand a chance. Leo Virgo Cusp says things without thinking sometimes, and they don't realize that they've annoyed you. Don't pretend they didn't annoy you. Speak up, but don't shout or get too aggressive. You would love to have a partner in crime, and a Leo Virgo Cusp might be the right fit for that. A Leo Virgo Cusp may be more stable than you. Leo Virgo Cusps are more secretive. It's not that they don't let people in. It's just that they don't share everything right away. They don't lay all their cards out on the table at once. They share things when the time is right. It's not something that can be rushed. There will always be things to discover about them, things that you never really knew about them, and then you find them out and you're like, I've been dating you for like 10 years and I didn't know that. What? Patience is a virtue you must work on. You don't need to be the master of patience all the time, but you need to try sometimes, even if it's uncomfortable. A Leo Virgo Cusp might initially be attracted to your sensitive, angsty side, but probably won't be as tolerant of it after a while. The sexy, broody, dark side might be attractive at first, but it will only annoy them later. They're not good at just sitting around and feeling things. They are doers. They probably won't agree with your philosophies even if they find them charming. And they probably won't care about the same things that you do. Even if they admire how much you care about everything. They will love you anyway, even if they truly can't understand it. Your privacy is really important to you both, and neither one of you lets anyone fuck with that. As friends, you might meet fighting for the same cause. Both of you may find yourself teaming up over a cause you seek justice for. Social justice warriors. You both have a strong understanding of what is right and wrong, and that is often what the friendship stems from. You could meet each other at a protest or volunteering in a third world country, or campaigning for the same politician, or at a charity. Or you could both be of a minority and share similar experiences and connect over them. You bond over hardships you faced. Maybe you're both trauma survivors. You both might want to save the rainforest. You both might be immigrants from another country and you share that experience. Maybe you're both part of a parent-teacher organization and you are meeting for the first time at one of those meetings at a school for your kids. My point is, there is usually a cause you team up over and develop a strong friendship. You both strive for justice in one way or another. Maybe you meet in school and one of you is the victim of bullying and the other stands up for you against the bully, and suddenly you become friends. If both of you work together, but say your boss is treating you unfairly, it's often something that coworkers would become friends over. You work together to make a change. You always have new ideas for adventures that you want to take your Leo Virgo cusp on. You would feel very fulfilled with the enthusiasm of a Leo Virgo cusp. A Leo Virgo cusp has so much passion and they can get very excited about things that you never really thought were that exciting. But they fascinate you. Their excitement is contagious. As a couple, you have little tolerance for people telling you what to do with your lives. Your friends and family may try to tell you what to do, but as a couple, you can be very hostile towards authority figures, trying to pressure you both. If they don't get it, then they shouldn't be giving you advice. That's your motto. As a couple, you don't take orders from anyone. If your friends or your coworkers or your family, they don't like it, then they can go fuck themselves. Either get the fuck out of our relationship or respect it. That is the way you both roll. It's not up for negotiation. Mind your own business. If someone criticizes your Leo Virgo cusp, you will not let it slide. You defend them even if they aren't there. And a Leo Virgo cusp is very protective of you two. You won't let anyone disrespect each other. You protect your love for each other. No one can break you up. The only ones who have the power to break you up and end things are you and your Leo Virgo cusp. You might get angry at having to stand up for yourself so much. It can cause a lot of tension in the rest of your life if you aren't careful. But you have each other. A Leo Virgo cusp is still always on another wavelength than you. It mostly has to do with timing. Just when you're ready to try something new, they're too tired and they're comfortable where they're at. And then once they're ready to go on an adventure, you're already like, no, I'm good. I'm fine here for now, you know? Always make sure you're both on the same page. You are a true rebel at heart, and a Leo Virgo cusp can't match that. They may need someone who's a little more stable and who can be the rock. That may not align with your needs, especially when you date in high school or college. You both are rebelling against society and trying to change the world as a team. You have each other's back and you try to protect your relationship at all costs. If anyone doesn't get your relationship, you give them hell. But after a while, when you both have gained a reputation and power in your life, then things take a turn. While you both may have rebelled against people telling you what to do, once you become the people in charge, the energy shifts. And if one of you happens to be in a position of giving orders, it often translates into becoming too bossy or over demanding. Don't let your relationship be a dictatorship. An example would be, say you meet in college and you start dating and your friends and family don't really like your Leo Virgo cusp. They might try to start telling you about them and saying, you know, I don't like this person, I don't approve, whatever. They might tell you that they're worried about you. They don't understand that there's so much of the relationship that they just don't see. You both share a very special sacred bond. You spend so much time with each other in private, and your parents have a hard time accepting your Leo Virgo cusp. Maybe the Leo Virgo cusp's friends don't approve of you either, but you defend each other always. You both know that your friends and families just don't understand what you have, and they get aggressive about it, and you get aggressive about protecting your relationship. Maybe this causes a rift with your friends and family, but you both share a special love and you will protect it from any authority figure. Then you graduate, you both get your jobs. Maybe they are a fast food manager, you know, at like a food chain, and you start working in marketing, and a few years later you've been promoted to CEO. Now you're in a position of authority and you're more successful than your other friends, and that power can take over. You had fought against societal pressure, and all of that anger bottled up, and now it becomes more of a dictatorship. You start to take over, or it could be the other way around. Eventually, your relationship slowly crumbles from this pressure. You start to see the flaws that you just couldn't see before. All the things that you loved and accepted about each other are now out in the open, and your relationship is gone. That is the type of scenario that often happens with this couple. After being told by society that it was bad for so long, the relationship eventually gains power and becomes its worst nightmare. Throughout your time together, your relationship will be under attack, and you may find yourself releasing some much needed emotion. It's really important to have an outlet for that anger. You must make it clear that you and your Leo deserve respect, and that you will not be treated like shit. Stand your ground. If you can keep protecting each other and not let the power get to your relationship, this can work out. You do have your limits, and there are times when you just won't cross your boundaries or push yourself for your Leo Virgo cusp, and it can cause a rift. Leo Virgo cusps need more structure than you do. They need more predictability. You may be a little too much of a free spirit for them. They like their rituals and routines to an extent, in a way that you just don't find necessary. If your loved ones don't approve of your relationship, you lash out at them and you stand your ground. You can be aggressive in protecting your love life. In the end, if your family doesn't understand, you drop them. You walk away. It is not an uncommon scenario for this couple to go years without talking to their family for not accepting their lover. A Leo Virgo cusp would end up being the more responsible one. They don't like that role. They don't usually want to be the caretaker in the relationship. You might feel like your Leo Virgo cusp is pressuring you. And when you want to take things slow, they push you to go faster. The best quality of this relationship is its protective nature. You fight for each other and you don't care what anyone else says. No one can get in the way of you except yourselves. One of the challenges is power. Being too authoritative. In so many ways, you are opposites, but opposites attract. Your differences will draw you closer together. It's also important to acknowledge how bold the nature of this dynamic is. It's endearing. There is a confidence in their love that not many relationships can match. They must be careful not to take their rebellious nature too far. They must stand up for the relationship without getting too swept away in the injustice of it all. They also need to accept that if people don't like them, then they don't really need those people in their life. That they're just misunderstood. A Leo Virgo cusp always has something that they plan to do. Just when you get home from work and you sit back and you're like, I'm just gonna have a cold beer and watch my favorite TV show and just relax. I had a long day. Leo Virgo cusp is like, I made plans, let's go do something, you know? Or they want you to take care of something They always have something in mind. There's a strong sense of morality that plays a part in this romance. You both seek justice and you know when something is not fair. Just remember that you have to remain open-minded because rigidity is actually like a big obstacle. It's a side effect of this couple and what they go through. So just keep an eye out for that. A Leo Virgo cusp will get you out of your shell a little. They are a blast. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you are a Leo Virgo cusp, or if you are an Aquapie, an Aquarius Pisces cusp, please comment below. I want to hear your thoughts, your stories. Do you agree with this video? Do you hate it? A lot of you might hate it considering what I talked about in the video, because no one likes being told that their love story isn't like the way that they want it to be. So I might expect some negativity from this, but that's normal, I guess. Subscribe to my channel. Goodbye.